Attorney Scott Ho with Resolution Law Group. Welcome back with our YouTube channel. Here is a question that I get all the time, and we'd like to provide our top 5 list, and that is, how do I break the ice? How do I talk to somebody about estate planning? It's not the most fun thing in the world. It's a bit of an awkward conversation. Sometimes around the holidays, you might not see some older family members until Thanksgiving or Christmas or Hanukkah or the end of the year. How do you broach that subject, and why is it so important? So let me give you a list of 5 recommendations as to how to break the ice. First, make me the bad guy. Say, hey, I met with this crazy attorney in Reading, Pennsylvania named Scott Ho, and he made me do all this homework. Or did you know, I saw this video of his, and he has this thing called a comprehensive estate plan. It has these 8 things in addition to a will, a power of attorney, and an advanced care directive of everything that is involved with handling an estate. So tip number 1, make me the bad guy, make me the foil, and say, we had to do all of this other stuff, and I realize that I don't know these things about you. Similarly, item number 2 on that list is you could say, look, I don't have any interest in inheritance. I'm not talking to you about money. That's not where I'm coming from. It's very complicated in handling an estate. When we walk into an estate situation and papers are scattered to the 4 winds, we don't know anything about anything. It's not only very, very difficult and frustrating, but it's much more expensive because we have to spend a lot more time going through this great Easter egg hunt of trying to figuring out what's what. Here's important reason number 3. Do you know what happens when you don't have an estate plan? I can't tell you how many times I have to break sad news to a family where somebody was going to get around to estate planning, they put it off, and they just never got around to doing it. So now what happens? Well, they just assumed this is what's going to happen, or the house is going to go here, or this is going to be taken care of, or this, that, or the other thing, and that's not the case at all. When someone dies without a will, they die intestate, and now you have your will drafted by the Pennsylvania legislature. If you've been to Harrisburg lately, maybe you don't want Harrisburg to be the folks who come up with your estate plan. So there's very specific things under that statute that says how your estate is going to get divided, and there's not a blessed thing I can do about that after somebody has passed away. So reason number 3 is don't die intestate if you don't want the Pennsylvania legislature to plan your estate. Reason number 4 is funeral planning. Not a lot of fun thinking about your funeral, but here's what I find. If an older person passes away or parents pass away, we want to show them how much we love them, how much we respect them, and we may pay all kinds of money for a funeral, which you may care very little bit about. But it's tough for other family members to come up with your funeral planning if you haven't given some direction. Do you want to be buried? Do you want to be cremated? Do you want to have your ashes scattered somewhere? Do you want to have a religious service? Do you want to have a celebration of life? Do you want to have a party? Do you want to have some kind of fun event? Those kinds of things. I drive my wife crazy. I tell her I don't communicate by mental telepathy. Even though I get a cross look on her face and she always scowls at me, or I get some kind of look from her, I'm not always sure. I know I'm in trouble, but I just don't know why I'm in trouble. So just like I can't communicate by mental telepathy, that older person cannot communicate mental telepathy about what their funeral plan is. So it's important that we get some kind of handle on that right now. Some estates go very smoothly, but some do not. And some estates have been hung up for quite a long time on the silliest little personal items. But if there are sentimental items, they may not have a whole lot of financial or economic value. But I find that money and death does funny things to people. But if we don't have any kind of direction, if the person whose estate it is doesn't take the reins and doesn't help quarterback this and provide at least some kind of orderly way or say that this person should get this piece of jewelry or this antique clock or this whatever it may be. You know, some people are calm, cool, collected, and they have really good rational problem-solving skills. Unfortunately, many people are not wired that way. And particularly the younger someone is, the worse they are at developing those skills of maturity. So it's a real mess when I have siblings or other family members at each other's throats and fighting with each other. And they may be fighting over something that's really quite small in terms of the estate's value, but has great sentimental value. So those are all some reasons to break the ice with somebody and say, hey, just please help me out. I don't want anything from you, but can you please just give me a little bit of direction? And I think you'll find that even though people from a certain older generation are very tight-lipped and they don't like to discuss things and they're very private about their financial affairs, I think that people reach a point in their life where they'll be happy to sit down and talk to you and share that information. Not a lot of fun. Make me the bad guy. Blame it on me. And if you can get an older person in your life, an aunt, an uncle, an older neighbor, your parents, your grandparents, whoever it may be, help break the ice and have them start to have a dialogue about estate planning. We would be more than happy to help you. Please contact us with the information listed below and find out what's different about the Resolution Law Group. We go above and beyond to provide outstanding customer experience and personalize your estate planning. Thank you very much.